Hey guys, what is up, and I welcome each and every one of you to a new League of Legends video. So it's definitely been some time since we've last talked about some interesting advanced mechanics or tricks with a certain champion, especially ones like Zed, Yasuo, or Zir. And the one that we'll be talking about today is actually very interesting, and I feel like some of you might actually already be doing it, but without even knowing that you're actually doing it. And after I talk to you guys about the main trick of this video, I'll also briefly talk about two very smaller ones that are also very interesting and that you may not know about. Now, I started doing this by myself without really realizing I'm doing it until I actually saw the ability and the tricks work as they did, but this was also brought to my attention by a Reddit thread made on Yasuo main, so big shoutouts goes to them. So if you guys end up enjoying this video and learning something new or finding it useful or interesting, let me know by hitting that like button and make sure to share this with your friends so other people know about this as well. So normally when you're playing Yasuo, or any champion for that matter, you obviously have to wait for your ability to finish its cooldown before you can use it again. I mean, it's just simple League of Legends mechanics, but there is a way to sort of abuse this with Yasuo. So take a look at this clip right here and see if you can notice anything, I guess, kind of unusual happening. As I'm dashing through these minions, I keep spamming my Q ability as well. I mean, do you notice anything, especially when you look at the cooldown of the Q? If not, then let me explain, because this is the trick. You are essentially buffering your Q ability with your E, making you be able to use your Q before it's actually off cooldown. The best way to understand this is looking at it in slow motion. Pay very special attention to the cooldown on the Q, because using your E ability as the Q is at about 0.5 second cooldown will instantly refresh the Q cooldown, letting you use it while you're still mid dash. It'll come out once a dash is finished, and this will essentially let you use your Q ability 0.5 seconds earlier than you normally would, because for the most part you would normally look at the Q, wait for the cooldown to finish, and then start using your E ability with the spin and all that good stuff. But with this trick, you are able to use your E ability with your Q still around 0.5 second cooldown. It'll instantly refresh the cooldown, you can use the Q, and it'll all happen half a second earlier, which in turn will also make the Q go on cooldown faster, thus giving you faster Qs overall. So let's take a look at this trick one more time without any slow motion. You can see that the animation speed is overall just simply faster, because I am using my Q 0.5 seconds or so faster than I normally would. But this is something, if you consistently keep doing over and over in a prolonged teamfight or in a 1v1 scenario, you're going to be saving yourself 0.5 seconds per Q. So if you use, let's say, 10 Qs in a single fight versus one champion, using this mechanic, you've just saved yourself 5 full seconds. And 5 seconds in a 1v1 scenario or in a team fight is absolutely massive. Now, the only thing with this is the fact that it is much more difficult than it looks, because it is very precise in how you use your E with your Q. It does have to be pretty much exactly at 0.5 or less, because if you use it too early, so let's say you had a 0.8 second cooldown on your Q, it will not work. Your Q will not refresh its cooldown, and you just simply essentially wasted your E ability and your time to actually use your Q, which will in the long run actually make you use your abilities even slower. So this definitely takes some practice to do, and you are going to have to be looking at your Q timer for a long time before you just get used to it and you have muscle memory. But this is really big, and this is really important to understand if you want to take your Yasuo mechanics to the next level. But there's still two more things that I want to talk about that aren't really advanced or anything, but it's still something very interesting to know and understand. So both of them are related to his passive, and the first of which is as follows. If you're backing and someone auto attacks you or hits you with a spell that doesn't go through the actual shield that your passive provides, your backing animation will not stop. This is specific to Yasuo with his passive, but it also does work with shields in general. And the second thing that's also pretty cool that I actually just found out by watching a replay of a Yasuo playing from top lane teleporting down to bot lane is as follows. If your passive is depleted, you have no shield or flow, you teleport across the map, your flow will instantly regenerate back to maximum capacity. So even though you technically didn't travel that distance, you didn't actually walk that distance, you teleported across, the game still registers that as obviously moving. It'll still give you your passive fully stacked again, which is really interesting to understand and remember. So if you're playing Yasuo top lane and you want to teleport bot lane, you can actually abuse this, and this could really make the difference between winning or losing your teleport play. But that right there is about it for this video, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. Some very interesting Yasuo mechanics. Obviously, the first one being the advanced one that is much more difficult to do than it looks, and it can really save you a lot of time playing Yasuo, because there really is no reason not to know how to do this if you're planning to make Yasuo maybe your main champion, or you want to get very skilled with him. Because Yasuo is pretty much a lot about animation canceling, maybe using your Q and W together. You can use your auto attack, knock them in the air, auto attack them again, ult, and then you can do a lot lot of things with that as well. There are a lot of very small and interesting details or tricks with Yasuo that once you put it all together and maybe put it all into one player's mechanics, it could make for a deadly samurai player. But either way guys, let me know down in the comments below, what do you think about these tricks, especially the first one. Shoutouts to the Reddit thread that I am going to be linking in the description below. But I truly thank each and every one of you for watching, and I hope to see you for my next video. Peace.